know why I feel this way. It's because of the server I love to play. Bring adventure for me every day. Play on the server the TimeShot way.
Hello people, it's Poe and we are back on TimeShot. Now, when we left off, this was basically just the pattern, if you will, what do you call that? Just a placeholder for what I was going to build. I've now started putting down actual blocks down for the pillars. I think it looks better, but I'm still kind of debating whether or not to use the polished andesite up there. I don't know. And I still haven't figured out what I'm going to do for a roof design. Of course, the standard design that people are tending to go with is just the, triangular style roof as opposed to anything really elaborate. Makes it look more ancient, which is kind of the goal that we have here at spawn for most of the things. This is what I've got now to my name. I think I also have 1 diamond in the ender chest at spawn, but 6 diamonds. I've got a unbreaking pick, efficiency unbreaking pick, and a blank pick, but I've got 30 levels, so I wanted to wait till on camera before I was going to go ahead and make another pick. I used 30 levels and I got unbreaking 3, which was kind of disappointing. So I did a lot of mining, a lot of caving, and I came out with 30 more levels. So let's go ahead and enchant something. We could go out this way rather than jumping out the back. This is a little pathway up. Goes to the main road here. I actually am really enjoying the way that the path blocks look for some strange reason, but I don't know. I just like it. This is Wynn's tower that she's building. It's going to be pretty huge, I think. This is Wynn's high. Yep. Corner opening, which is kind of cool. It's going to be interesting. This is Penny's. She's going to actually probably turn it this way instead of this way, lengthwise. So instead of going lengthwise this way, it'll go this way. It'll be a record shop of some kind. Positivity Fairy cleaned up the explosions. This is Fabe's build. You see how he's done the triangular roofs? That's what I'm talking about. Same here, triangular roof. Made a little bit less triangular by the fact that they've done block, stair, block, stair, block, stair, block, stair. And I kind of like that premise. What did Fabe do? Probably the same thing or similar. Oh, he's used half slabs. Okay. Hi. Alright, so let's get our levels going. Get a new pick going. Yeah. I need these. And it's going to be efficiency 4 at least. Ugh. I hate when it just says efficiency 4. Like, I expect it to have that. Give me fortune. Efficiency 4 on breaking. Boo earns. What do we got in here? Knockback, power, sharpness. Ugh. Ugh. Oh well. At this early stage, I kind of don't mind having unbreaking picks, efficiency picks, that kind of thing. But what I really need and what I really want is to start developing. Ooh. Who's this spawn? That's cool. I like that. Jake's build is actually bigger than I thought. It's bigger than the center of spawn. It's actually kind of almost as big as Fabe's. It might be just the same size. Wow. It's kind of cool. Little pathway through the desert there. That looks cool too. We are just surrounded by desert, aren't we? This is kind of cool. I actually don't mind this kind of a spawn. This was a good choice for spawn. Is this little tiny plains area surrounded by desert. That looks epic. I'm really happy about that. Okay. So what I also wanted to do today was What I also wanted to do was grab... Look at all these bone blocks. I've not seen natural looking bone blocks yet. I know that they spawn, but I haven't seen them yet. So I want to find those in the wild, but in the meantime, I think I will craft them when I need them. Sorry, I was just texting Win. She's wondering why I wasn't replying. I'm recording. That's why I'm here at home recording. Let's get into the Nether. I haven't been into the Nether yet, so I kind of wanted to jump in. Here's my achievement. Okay. And the unfortunate thing, what I want to go into the Nether for is rather specific. What I have in mind for my build, my big build, not the one at spawn, what I have in mind is quartz. A lot of it. A lot. And unfortunately for me, it looks to me like not a lot of it is left near spawn. I know that Jake came down here. He was mining up quite a bit of it for levels. So we probably already have to go fairly far away. Yeah, like at least to here. There's a fortress right here. Probably already been way more than explored. There's some magma blocks. I'll need those too. So kind of making my way down. Let's just jump. Ouch. Magma. Give me. We need the magma. It's hard to collect though, because honestly, if you touch them, you take fire damage. You don't get set on fire, but you take fire damage. And that's kind of a bummer. Alright. There we go. I grabbed the majority of them. I think that's good enough for now. Good enough for now. I'm not going to go crazy getting those and wasting my pick. What I really want more than anything is this. The precious quartz. Yes. Not only is it good for getting levels to collect, but my builds are going to be, I hope, primarily quartz. Though the bone blocks certainly look really nice too. Maybe just as good as quartz for like white colored builds. So that's kind of the, I want my city, my build to be like a pearly white build, like it just a bright white city, bright white towers, all very not magical looking, but what's the right word for it? Not modern either. I draw my inspiration from, like, if you look at a build like on Hypixel. Okay, here's a good example. They had their city map. Now that was a modern city, of course, but I don't want mine to look too modern. That was modern city, but the builds were all white builds. All the buildings were white. They had like colored glass and colored elements. Yoink. They had colored elements inside of them to kind of highlight horse armor. Man, are these unclaimed? Someone might have come through here and grabbed all the diamonds. I don't know. I'm grabbing the gold and the horse armor, though. I don't mind that. Let's go this way. Ooh, more quartz. There we go. We leveled up to 30 already. So there it was, level 30 again, and we can try once again to enchant a good pick, which I think we will do. Oop, just a dead end that way. Eee. What was the way out? This way? Yeah, I think I came from above. Hi. That's a blaze spawner. Alright. What I gotta do is find my way back. Find my way out of here. I don't remember where I came down. I came down there. How did I get here? How did I get here? Okay, well I can get out this way, so let's go this way. Lots of wither skeletons. I haven't even thought about beacons and stuff yet, but that's gonna be something that I have to figure out eventually. Ow. Ugh. Let's go this way. I'm actually at home today taking care of the kids while Win is at work, and I know that they're going to be wanting to eat soon too, so I might have to call this episode very, very, very short. But that's kind of the way that it's been going while I'm here. I'm only here for a few more days, really, for like a week total. Sad face. So, I mean, I miss it. I'm just getting, once again, used to how everything is. It's kind of that, if you've ever done any amount of traveling ever, sleeping in a new bed, sleeping in a new house, in a new place, it can kind of be a little bit unsettling. It can kind of feel a little bit foreign, a little bit weird. And the thing is that, like, I don't really have that problem here. Where am I? Is this the way? Is this the way that the portal is? I have no idea. Okay. 00 should be 00, right? Wait, right? Is it this way? 22. 25. Should be this way? Where's the portal? There's the portal. Okay. Yeah. 00 is 00 everywhere. Yikes. Don't have much of a bow to kill that guy. Do I have any arrows? No. Yeah, I do. 10 arrows. I could kill that ghast if he comes too close. I don't see him. Alright. Gonna jump into the portal. I've already, like I said, I'm taking care of the kids today. Don't know if you heard the door close. Probably not, but I already had one of them come in and say, like, I'm hungry. And here I gave him a look like, yeah, I'll take care of you, I guess. Have to eat. I mean, he's 7 years old. And it's one of those things where I didn't mean to talk about this, but it's a different way of raising your kids than how I was raised. And I know that how I was raised, you know, probably some people would look at it and say, like, well, you weren't raised in a very loving way. Yeah, maybe not. It doesn't really matter. I know my parents loved me no matter how I was raised. But the point is, my point would be that when I was 7 years old, I was already basically using the stove. I was already able to at least make myself cereal when I was hungry. You know, basics like that. I could fend for myself when I really needed to, even at the age of 7. You know, and I realized at 7 I was only in the 2nd grade, but I also think that it was partially ridicule to blame. Like, I had friends when I was growing up who if I came to school and I didn't know how to do something very basic like make a bowl of cereal, they probably would have ridiculed me to no end. Basically mocked me for not being able to do things on my own. And, oh, you must be a little baby if you can't even do that kind of thing. That's kind of the way that people talked where I grew up, you know? It was kind of like a competition all the time to, you know, if you were still doing things that were infantile as you were growing up in school, they pointed it out, definitely. They made you know it. They made you aware of it, that what you were doing was something that you should have grown out of. So maybe that was part of it too. But yeah, like I find that often with Wynn's kids, I realize they're not my children. I can't raise them in any way, shape, or form. It's not my responsibility to. It's not my desire to. But there's just something lost, I think, I feel, in the way that they tend to really, really not know how to do. What the heck? Is that not how you make it? Oh, it's 4. Okay. I knew that. They tend to not know how to do a lot of the really most basic things that that humans should be able to do, like be able to make food for yourself. Even if it's a matter of, you know, go into the pantry and get a granola bar and eat the granola bar. But, well, they don't eat granola bars. Why? Because they've never had granola bars before, if you can believe it. Their first granola bar was, I think, 2 days ago. And the youngest one, who's 7, like basically touched it with his tongue, didn't like it, and threw it out. And I'm sitting there thinking, like, I grew up in a family, in a home where if I had ever done something like that, we were pretty poor. My grandparents even more so than me, and their grandparents even more so than them, and so on. Really going back far enough to the pioneers who really had to work the land and struggle to eat and survive every winter, and that kind of mentality. If I were to take a bite of a granola bar and throw it out, I would be swatted. I would be swatted, smacked, hit, grounded, you name it. I would not be allowed to eat anything that I wanted until that granola bar was pulled out of the garbage and eaten, kind of thing. Like, it'd just be unheard of to even consider not eating what you were given. Because food is precious, and if you don't eat it, if you really, really, really don't like it, then you give it to someone else, or put it in the fridge for later. Like, it was never about wasting food, never, ever, ever. Which is actually, I'm running in circles now. I should build some new armor. I've got enough iron here to do that, so let's go ahead and do at least that. I lost all my armor to mobs. But that's kind of how a lot of my weight issues became a thing. How it became an issue. Because I grew up in a family where you finished your plate. And I understand that's kind of hard for some people to understand. Because I've actually known a lot of people. I'm not just blaming Wynn or her kids for acting and doing the things that they do. It's a normal thing to easily waste food, and if you don't want to eat it, then you just throw it out. And I've slowly started developing that kind of mentality also. But when I was growing up, it was you finish your plate, and not only that, but you have to finish everything on your plate. Everything. And plates were piled high. It was never about like, oh, I think I'll just eat a few bites and then the rest would end up in the trash. No, that didn't happen. So, I mean, in some ways, if you think about that, oh, please, don't give me just an Unbreaking 3. I think I'll scream. Oh, okay, Fortune 2. Fortune 2 is not the best we could get. very gladly take it, though. That'll help with the quartz gathering quite a bit. Even at Fortune 2, I could slap Mending on it for what it's worth, and then maybe if I get another Mending 2 book or something, Mending 2, or Fortune 2 book, did I say Fortune 2? If I get another Fortune 2 book or a Fortune 2 pick, I can always combine them. I do have Mending that I bought from Edson's shop right there. I think the best place to put it would be on the pick, because then you're basically gathering levels as you mine, and it goes straight to the pick. Repairs it. Essentially an unbreaking Mending pick is essentially break free. Unbreakable? What do you want to call it? It's unbreakable, essentially. There we go. No Fortune 2 books in here, right? Okay, just checking. Just checking. But yeah, I didn't mean for that to be a rant. I'm just saying, like, you know, just a comment on anything. Like, Wynn loves her kids. Like, you guys have no idea how much she loves them, to the point where she really wants to bend over backwards for them, really wants to do everything for them. And I think they don't really understand that that's not how you're supposed to act. They just have learned that that's what they should expect. And so, you know, coming to me and saying I'm hungry, you know, if it was my house, if it was my family growing up, it wouldn't have even been a question that we asked. We knew from a very, very, very early age to go and look in the fridge ourselves and find something to eat. But right now, I got to go in and make them lunch, which I will happily do. I have to say, I do it happily. It's not like I begrudgingly do it. It's just like I'm saying, I'm commenting on how different that sort of style is, family style, where my parents really, really, really didn't hold my hand. They made me do things for myself. Probably not always because they were trying to teach me a lesson, just because they didn't want to do it. That's the unfortunate part of it. But honestly, I don't mind that that's what happened. Because right now I can make myself a really wicked omelet and a really wicked grilled cheese sandwich and any of those really early things that I learned how to do and make. I can make very well because of the fact that I had to make them when I was as young as like 10 years old. So, you know, that's the way that it is. I feel worry in my mind for like my stepdaughter Beth, future stepdaughter Beth, I should say, who's 16 years old right now, 16, and doesn't know how to make anything on the stove except maybe rice and ramen noodles, you know. And you poke fun at her for it or make comment about it like, hey, you should be learning how to do other things. And she'll say, when I'm in college, all anybody eats is ramen. It's something about that makes me a little bit sad, you know? Like, food and the get-togethers that revolved around food were such huge parts of my family upbringing and what brought us together. And, you know, my grandma sharing recipes with the family and seeing who could make the best soup and the best turkey dinners. And, you know, it was just a thing that was huge in my family. And for kids who are now basically my kids, my step kids, they are going to not know how to do any of that. They're not going to be able to do any of that. And, you know, part of me is a little bit sad by that. But that's where I'm going to leave it. This is a weird episode. Just gathering carrots at this point. You know, basic survival is still where we're at. Some people are further than others on the server right now. Fabe's house, of course, as you saw it spawn, is massive and it's really epic looking. He's got, I think, tons of diamonds now, probably more so than he probably ever had on season 1. But either way, like, I'm still struggling. I was wearing a leather chest plate a second ago, so slowly but surely we're getting up there in levels and in gear. Finally got my fortune pick at least, so that's where I'm going to end it. I just kind of wanted to update you guys on the build that we're doing at spawn. You saw what we've done so far, and I didn't want to jump into the nether without you guys either. And we got some decent horse armor, saddle, some gold out of that. So, yep, that's where we're going to end it. I got to go take care of some kids. So we'll see you guys next time on TimeShot. Bye-bye.